So in this video, I want to talk about one of the most important tools you have for songwriting. Maybe the most important, or one of the two most important tools that you have, and that is your craft. How well do you sing and play? What instruments do you play? How musical are you? How musically literate are you? And so let me say this first, that I know a lot of songwriters who are not incredible musicians. You don't have to be an incredible musician or an incredible singer to be a good songwriter, but it really, really helps when you have a lot of vocabulary to pull from. A lot of times I get stuck because often I will not write much further than my current ability to perform. A lot of times, melodically, I will not write notes that are outside of my range. It's also really good to know what your range is, but a lot of things I will not write things that I can't actually do. And not only that, I often won't write things that I can't actually do fairly easily. You naturally gravitate around the things that you're able to actually perform or perform well, or things you've performed often. It's really important to always continue to grow in your craft and to expand. And it doesn't mean that you have to be able to do gymnastics or that you've got to be a virtuoso. What I mean is that every time you learn and grow, you open up new doors and new paths to new ideas. Every time you learn a new chord or a new scale, or you grow in your vocals, you grow in your singing technique, you are opening up new opportunities, you are growing your vocabulary. And so you can only speak with the vocabulary that you have. One thing that I think is just super, super important is that you take every opportunity you can to grow, especially if you feel stuck. If you feel stuck, maybe it's time to take some piano lessons. Maybe it's time to take some vocal lessons. Maybe you want to pick up an instrument you've never played before. Look up some YouTube videos and try and learn a little bit of a genre of music that you've never played before. All these things add to your vocabulary, and ultimately, and the goal isn't to use every word you have in your vocabulary. You know, there are artists who I feel like they're more impressive than they are interesting. Like they can play really fast, they can play difficult things, but it's not necessarily emotional or moving. However, if you are feeling something, if you have an idea or you're feeling something emotionally, you want to express it musically, but you don't have the vocabulary, you can't do it, but that other person can because they have the vocabulary. It doesn't mean they're good at it, but it means they can if they feel it. That's one of the main things that I like new writers to understand, is that you have to have a vocabulary in order to say all the things that you want to say. However, just being able to say those things doesn't mean your song is going to be good. It just means that you have the ability to say it if you're feeling it. Anyway, thank you guys so much. If these little songwriting tips and things are helpful to you, be sure and subscribe to the channel, share the video, and we'll see you real soon.